Okay, in this video I want to talk about this paragraph here in section 1.6. I'm on page 23. But actually before I get into that, I just want to quickly back up to the bottom of page 20, where Appia is explaining at a very general level what a functionalist theory is. So he says, in other words, at the most general level, a functionalist theory says what the internal states of a system are. Okay, so that's what we're defining here, the internal states of a system, and we're defining them by fixing how they interact with input and with other internal states to produce output. Importantly, defining these states by how they interact with these other kinds of things, not by what they're made out of. Okay, so let's go back to 1.6. Okay, so Appia says, beliefs for a functionalist are characterized as states that are caused by sensations and perceptions of the appropriate kind. Okay, so we're defining beliefs, and part of their definition of a belief is that they're caused by sensations and perceptions, certain ones, and that cause other beliefs, that is other internal states, other mental states, and that interact with the desires to produce action. Okay, and so actions are going to be, of course, the outputs. The mind, in a sense, outputs reactions and behaviors. Okay, thus, for example, seeing a gray sky causes me to believe that the sky is gray, which may lead me to believe that it will rain, which may lead me to take my umbrella because I desire not to get wet. Here, the input is sensation and perception, and the output is action. The internal states that mediate between the two are beliefs and desires. Okay, so let me just sketch this out for you. We have, of course, out there in the world, a gray sky. Okay, so the gray sky is going to cause my perception of the gray sky. Okay, so this perception can mean different things. I'm not quite sure if Appia means it to be sort of at the level of the eye, but let's just say that it is, kind of before we get to the mind. So then the perception of the gray sky is, so this is sort of inside the body, but maybe not, but like I said, just sort of the eye, perceiving the gray sky, and then that is going to cause the belief that the sky is gray. Okay, so this is inside the mind. Okay, so this belief that the sky is gray, this is just, one of the beliefs that I have, let's say, it's caused by this, and it's going to cause the belief that it will rain. Okay, so then basically right here, this is, of course, a simple example, but we've got our belief that the sky, or my belief that the sky is gray, is defined as the belief that is caused by this perception and causes this mental state. That's all that we can say about this belief. We're not going to say what the belief is made out of. Nothing, we don't need to refer to the brain here. So all that we can say, if we're not going to refer to the brain, then is how this belief interacts with these two other things, caused by this one, as I said, and causes this belief that it will rain. Then, just to continue the example from the paragraph, we also have, or I have, okay, I have the desire not to get wet, so the desire not to get wet plus this belief that it will rain is going to cause the action taking an umbrella for wherever I'm going. So the idea is these two together are causing this action. Okay, so again, everything sort of inside this dotted line here. I should add a color. Okay, so everything inside the red there are the mental states that make up my mind. And all that we can say about them is how they interact, how one of them causes another one. We would actually know from this simple example where this desire came from, but it was there, something else caused it. And the task then for functionalism, for this theory of the mind, is just to explain what's going on as these kinds of interactions. Okay, so that's the basic idea for this paragraph, but then you'll see that there are some problems with this story. Basically, that it's a little bit too simplistic, but if you have the basic idea from this paragraph, you'll be able to understand what Appia is discussing in the rest of this section. Okay.